Welcome to my channel. I'm SonnyLasVegas. Let me know for those who are watching in the chat if you could hear me. I had to reset my Yeti microphone and it wasn't showing me if it was working, which is really easy to do on StreamYard. So it could be that my updates are still taking effect in some things as it's playing through. I hope you're all doing well. 27:30 up in here. Make sure to like and subscribe because there will always be more as long as I'm breathing for me to be sharing a lot of good vibes. 99.99% good vibes. First, how are you all doing? What have you been working on? What are your goals for this month, this week? I want to know. I really do. I have goals of my own, and they are always evolving, as we all are. I got a comment yesterday or the day before saying that I changed, and some things always do change. Having a relationship, friends, life, obstacles, technology. Whew, technology is one that really kicks me in the butt. But those are problems that I'm fortunate to have, other than having the problems that I had when I started reselling. And that's where we're going to start off here. When I started reselling back in 2017, February 12th, something like that, 2017, the reason why I started reselling was because we were struggling financially, even after the military, having an amazing resume. And that's the one thing that I've learned from having an amazing resume is that it could be too good. Can you believe that? A resume too good. Why is it even such a thing? Just hire me if I'm applying. If I seem like I have, or you seem like you're a good person and you're trainable, give people a chance. I wish things would change in the world to better others, but I can't control everything and not everybody I could reach out to. Kitchi Kenzie, I do want to reach back out to you. I see you in the comments. Ed, reselling writer. I was reading your comment that you had on Instagram the other day, that you had a motorcycle accident and you showed a clip of it. And that shows your resilience of what your experiences is going through things like that to kind of limit you for a moment to get to where you are now, amongst other things like that. I find inspiring, whether that was your way of sharing it or your intentions, but that's how people see things. They see it for how they could relate to. And I'm really fortunate that 81 of you now are in here and I'm able to do for others as many other people before I even started to get to this point, and where I am in my life. And it's only getting started. Look at my hair. My hair is like playing his own tricks on me. Cheryl, Shiny Squirrel, hello. Christina, Mad Vig, hello, everybody. Hello. Let me go through the comments here. Kathy, aka Granny Fanny, hello. Thank you all for being up in here with me, joining. How do you feel about going live on Thursdays? Right now, the numbers are very, very well. I mean, Friday, going live on Friday. That's one of my updates, as you see here. One of my changes is that I'm going to be going live on Fridays. And the reason for that, for the past, I think 2 months, maybe even longer, we've been, we as in Mikey Bags of Money, myself, Carrie, American Arbitrage, Dawn, Lady Arbitrage, and Jesse of Yesterday's Fits, who has an amazing shop, amazing brother, and a group of friends that have been doing their damn thing for 6 years. I believe they have 6 year anniversary this Saturday up in College Town, right across from UNLV here in Las Vegas. They're going to have 20% off of the entire store, I believe. And they're going to have 200, folks, 200 doorbusters. They're probably going to need a repairman after that for all those doors that they're going to be busting down. But it's better them than the popo. You know what I mean? So from there, folks, Jesse, Yesterday's Fits, he did ask myself yesterday saying, Sonny, I want to go to yard sales with you. I want to be more involved with those of the group that we're seeing each other on Thursdays, which is why I now do this Fridays. It's just been hard to do the Thursdays. And it's kind of funny going live. When I started lives on Thursdays, I'm sure there was thousands of other people live on Thursdays. But for the reseller community, I think I was the first. I'm going to be honest. I think I was the first that I know of. And I know a lot of people. A lot of people think Sonny knows everybody. I do not, but I want to get to know everybody, little by little, and not just know of their names. Like I want to know people and know of them and know what they sold. And there's just a lot to keep up with, I'm sure. Um, in the comments, who are don't no limit to how much people I want you to answer, but how much people, even if they're not resellers, drop some names, even if it's just a name or I think it sounds like whatever. Who has inspired you lately? Who are you trying to keep up with? You could do a shout out to them. They may not see it, or they might be inside the chat and might be like, "Whoa, I had no idea that I was doing that." And believe me, the more you put out there, naturally, without caring about views, even though it matters, without caring about a pat on the back, although it matters, there's a lot that goes on that just sharing a tidbit of it really inspires people, especially the comments. I'll tell you one thing, the comments, when you drop a comment under people's videos, it inspires other people who are out there so-called lurking. I love lurkers because they are still just as much appreciated as people are leaving comments, hitting the thumbs up, subscribing, being part of the community tab, also the Reseller Cartel fanbook page, and also everybody else who's out there of who you're following and that community. It's a wonderful world that we're in, especially here where we are and how we could relate to one another. McAfee, restart your PC. No, I don't want to do that. Buy now, restart PC, trying to tricks me. Technology, folks. Let's go through these comments. Thank you for coming in. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to highlight some comments. Did I click on that? If a resume is too good, they don't want to hire you because you're scared that you will be so good that you take their job away from them. Now, on the everybody's opinion, how do you relate to this? Do you confirm with this? Can I get a r r r or a nay nay nay? Right now, there's other things like this that you could say, well, if it's good, don't you want good to make people be better? Fun fact, crazy story. When I moved here to Vegas, I was applying to jobs, and I think I shared this story before, part of it. So I didn't have anything but Hawaii attire apparel, the lei t-shirts, the Pomeria flowers on there, the lays, just island style. And I had shorts out of all things, and I didn't have shoes. I had Vans. Vans were the only thing I had by that time. I was a civilian, and we had the slippers. I go and apply for this job, and the guy goes, who's questioning me, for me to apply. He said, "Wow, you really coming in like this?" And I was like, "It's all I got, and that's where we all start." And he just looked at me and was like, "Okay." He answered some. He asked me some questions. I believe I knocked them out the park. Before you know it, the main guy who is in charge of the hospital management for the department that I applied for calls me, not the manager that I was talking to or supervisor that it was, but the main guy. He just loved my answers. And he said, "I want you to work for this hospital, and I'm actually going to put you in charge. I don't want you as uh, a supervisor. I want you to be the boss of the bosses that are here in Las Vegas." So I didn't know this at the time. So I'm now going through training like 2 weeks later, and the guy that's training me just seems so pissed off, and he wasn't dressed well. Mind you, people just have different ways of looking at things, but coming from the military, you need to look sharp. You need to be on point. And this guy the next day quits. I show up after a full day of training, and I'm waiting for him like for like an hour. And now I'm starting to worry, like, did I hear wrong? Because I hear a lot of wrongs. I got ringing in the ear. That's part of it. So come to find out, I called the guy, the main guy out in Arizona, I believe. And he says, "I don't know what's going on. He should have been there. Let me call back." He calls me back within 20 minutes and says, "I've never had this happen before, but I think I know why. The guy that was training you has been there for 7 years, and here you are coming out the military. You look like you came out of high school, and your degree is in digital media. And I believe all of these accumulated that he just became jealous and he quit. So he said it's going to take a while to retrain somebody with experience other than me. It makes sense, and then call me back to do it. But by that time, I couldn't wait a month, folks. I was really hurting financially. So a few weeks later, that's when my wife ended up getting her job as a nurse. and getting to meet her friends, her coworkers, her peers. They were talking about reselling, and then that's when I got started into this. And I have yet to be financially stressed as I was then, living paycheck to paycheck in prayers. And reselling is a wonderful thing. It's a great opportunity. It gives you so much freedom, but you have to put yourself in that position to be able to be comfortable, where it's like, okay, maybe I feel like sleeping in today. Maybe I don't want to list today. It's not what you're going to do in the future. It's what you're going to do that already has been in the past that helps you towards your future. It's one of those funny things in life. I do see a super chat, I think, but I can't see the profile right now because I have not moved from this comment. Um, but I'll get to it. I think it's Granny Franny, I believe, by the profile picture, and I'll get to it soon, folks. I'm not sure if there's a message under it. Um, Rebecca's in the house. Rebecca just had her first Whatnot auction just a few days ago. I think she did very well. When I started, I didn't have any networking stuff. I don't think I was even very big on YouTube, but I tried, and that's all we can do. And as a community, just hanging out inside the chats on Whatnot lures in a lot of people. I like that. I wish YouTube was like that, to where if I went on YouTube and saw notifications that Mikey is Bags of Money is watching, say I flip that, which I'm going to get to later, some information about them that you're going to want to stay tuned for. Very fun. Um, that if they see somebody online that you're following, even if you're not following the person they're following, it would be cool to be like, I'm nosy. I want to see who they're watching and jump in. At least there, I recognize somebody that I could say hi, hello, and not be weird. Like, even though it's on the internet, it's one of those funny things. I feel that way, but not so much with on Whatnot. I hope that makes sense to all of y'all. If you're on Whatnot and you see the notifications of people watching other people jump into live, that's what I'm talking about. If not, now you know a little bit about it. Um, Rider card number cuatro. Hello, how are you? Where is everybody watching from? What state? What country? Use hashtag reseller cartel. New York, Las Vegas, Canada, Australia, uh, South Africa. I believe that's one of the countries. There's a lot of countries. We got Carrier American Arbitrage, who I do want to bring up, and I already talked about, but I'm never gonna not have enough to say about this awesome man. Him and Don. Don is amazing, so fun. We were at Jesse's yesterday. Myself, Mikey Bags of Money, Carrie and Don, and Jesse at Jesse's place, and we have a lot of fun. So on Whatnot, if you want a group of us all at once, just even to hang out, go check out Carrie, follow him, because we're always on his account. I'm not sure if that's always going to be the case, but I have no problem with it. There's a lot to them that I applaud them for. They take a lot of work from us after the auction is done. They pack and ship everything themselves, and they have never asked for anything. But I do want to take some time afterwards when they're comfortable for me to hang out with them, because I love them, and help them out, because they are doing a lot for the community, especially with the Trash to Cash podcast. Um, Probably a good idea. Not too many people live live on Fridays. A lot of people have a little more time while getting ready for their weekend plans. Now, one thing about that, Ed, you're bringing up some good things that I've been thinking about. One thing about Fridays, now that I've gotten older, when I was younger, I used to think Friday, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of the barracks. And when I got married, it wasn't about me getting out. It was about me and my wife going out. But when we were in Hawaii, we were pretty broke. We were living off of ramens and string fried rice, string fries. That was like our diet plan, and that's probably why I gained a lot of weight. Sorry, not. And now that I'm getting older, I don't care about going out to places like that unless there's like get together with friends. It's entirely different, but it's not so much of partying that way like I used to. So thinking of that and all of the comments that I get, especially emails of how people are at home and what they can and can't do, I like that unintentionally. I like that we are here for each other to create content and have entertainment and relate to one another rather than watching a TV show, which is awesome. Let me know if any of y'all have been watching Netflix, The Sanctuary. Amazing series. I recommend it. Netflix, if you're hearing this, if you want a reseller cartel member up in and members and people of in my community, uh, reach out to me. I'll be happy to work with you. But I'm pretty expensive. Like a Diet Coke and 2 Reese's Pieces. I that's pretty expensive to me. But Fridays, yeah, that's what I'm looking at on Fridays. Is although other people get out, want to be out and about, there's still people at home, and there's 142 people in here, folks. So that tells me more than enough. Even when the first 25, 30, 40, 80, 42 now, it's only going to grow. So it's a good decision. Again, that's an update and things that I'm working on. I wrote some notes down here. Um, wrote some notes. My wife said, "What are you doing? Writing down groceries? You don't buy groceries." I was like, "You're right, I don't." So me writing down something means I'm thinking really hard about it. Um, Camp Listing Party. I was invited to be a speaker up in Phoenix, Arizona. Myself, Mikey Bags of Money, Don, Carrie, Don will be there. Did I say Mikey Bags of Money? Mikey Bags of Money will be there. Uh, Harry Tornado is going to be there. I believe Haley's going to be there. Um, Quite a bit of people. Like I was amazed by the list, how long it is, especially when Trisha Glenn was talking about it on Cat the Nurse Flipper's channel. Like I was looking at the list, I was like, whoa, like is it going to end? Which is fine. I'm amongst the greats, and I don't think I'm great. I think I'm okay, but I'm getting there because of all of you amazing people. Um, do y'all have any events or things that you're working on? Please share it in the comments. What are you working on? Or friends that are working on it? It doesn't have to be about you. Don't be selfish. Tell us about your friends, what they got going on, what city, and more information of to where they can find it. Believe me, every time I ask this of where people are watching from and what state they're in and things like that, there's usually 2 or 3 people, whether it's in my chat or somebody else's, where it's like, hey, we're in the same city, or we're in the same town, or we're in the same state, or we have plans of going there next week. We should meet up. That's connecting the dots. It's communicating. And that's one thing I love to do is communicate and build within the community, even if it's just conversations. It doesn't have to be events, but it helps. We got Rita in the house. Hello, Rita. This laptop's a little slow, so I'm trying to go through this. Mila Moms, hi everybody. Beautiful day today. SoCal. Poison Vixen, hello again. I do recognize the name. I'm trying to watch you at the same time I'm buying from my favorite apparel seller on Whatnot. That's how contagious it is. And is this Dina? I think your name's different, right? On YouTube compared to DB702 on Whatnot. I could be wrong. If not, you got a doppelganger out there. Lupe Mercado, looking forward to an interesting Friday night chat with you. And if you have any questions, I'll capitalize the whole entire message that you had, and I'll do my best to catch it and reply back to your questions. Did YouTube change the chat screen? I have an annoying ad covering half of my chat. No, it did not. I just didn't know I could add monetize lives until recently, and it helps support the channel of funding for things and projects and giveaways and things like that. So it's only for a few seconds, folks. I'm not going to apologize for it, but I understand. I used to be against them, and then I see how much good they do for people that even when I watch their lives or their YouTube channels, whatever have you, I watch through them and even click on them to help them out. So I don't do what I don't ask for. I ask for stuff and I do the same in return. I was definitely first. Rural Squirrel, I believe today her and Angie had their, was it today, Kristen? Come sit with us, their podcast. And they are happy to sit with you if you're nice to them. So great show. Follow them. Also click Reseller Clickbait. And then you also have the Nashville Flippers. And then, of course, the Trash to Cash podcast. And then there is a new group out, Chris and one of his friends. I think it's Two Old Guys podcast. I could be wrong, but I haven't followed up on it yet. And Chris, he left a message the other day saying, not on mine, it wasn't somebody else's. I would say hi to Sonny, but he always thinks on Jimmy. And then his follow-up comment, Chris's follow-up comments was, then again, I'm more Jimmy than Jimmy is Jimmy. And I was like, it's just really good friends. You get it, you don't get it. It makes sense to those who don't know much anyways, scatterbrains like me. It's funny. The screen is blurry. My screen, it could be, or you could go down into your settings under the screen and maybe change what the quality should be, 720, 1080, whatever have you. Because my monitor thing, webcam, is 1080. Granny Franny, I'm trying to get to it, but again, the laptop I'm on is very slow, and now I can't see anybody's comments. There it goes. Um, I don't see a comment on here, but it could be my tablet. But Kathy, aka Granny Franny, thank you very much. I have this as a thank you, and I appreciate you very, very much for the super chat. Super chat. I appreciate you again very, very much. Um, Adrian. Adrian, I have not gone through the cameras that you gave me, that you donated to me, but I will tell you, just by looking at them, I already have several of them of my own. And thank you. I want to get back into, which is a good way to segue into what I'm about to say. I love photography. I have a degree in it. I've done very well in the past creating photography and creating my own style, especially meshing it with my characters. And I'm going to be doing that soon, very, very soon. But first, I got half of my garage set up. That's some good news. My storage unit, I said I wanted to be in there 3 months. Has been going on 2 months on the 20th, I believe. So I got one more month left. Maybe I could make it possible to get everything that I need out of there. So I may end up reaching out to people for a private pick. If you're interested in buying some things, it's going to be some good deals. I really just want to get mainly my money back. If I lose on some stuff, it's okay. I just want my space back. And you could email me or message me at the Reseller Cartel, put in parentheses or whatever have you, to Sonny. I'm interested in your private pick. I have an abundance of things, mainly apparel, but I have a lot of stuff that I'm willing to let go of. If it's in there, I gotta let it go. But photography, I'm gonna get into it, and I was taking some while I was in New York, which was an amazing time. I got to meet Lizette for the first time in person. New England Betty Boop, and my wife just texts. She is at work. I don't know if y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? It's like a little white rabbit throwing kisses at what looks like Totoro, like a little chubby character, and there's all these hearts flying around. So she always lets me know she's at work. And I'm glad she does, because I care a lot about her. Have a good shift. So 12 years married. Crazy, crazy awesome. And it's been going by super fast. And Carla got to meet, her name is tough because she pronounces it with the Ethiopian language, and I cannot say it, but I say Katja. But we met her in person. We met Lizette in person, and Lizette, I will tell you right now, she was about to throw them hands, folks. She was like, "What you gonna say? What you gonna say? You trying to take my parking spot?" And I was like, "Oh, here we go. I'm not gonna let a guy talk like that to a woman." But Lizette was holding her own towards a guy, and I was just like, "Man, what?" I'm gonna say this: what a coward! Like, don't talk to women like that. Let me tell you what happened. Bless me. She was gonna pull into a driver's spot and was gonna reverse in, not drive into it. She was gonna parallel park into it. So this guy sees the space, which he's so far back behind us, and I could see it in the passenger side mirror. He just starts gunning it towards us, and he almost hits her. She's reversing. He could see it, and she brings it back. She gets in the spot and pulls forward to where there's an adequate amount of space in front of her, to where she's not taking up the space behind her. So this guy's just like staring her down. And if you think my hair is like long, Lizette hair is long, and it has a lot of volume to it, right? It's like this where my hands are. So he doesn't see me on the passenger side. He doesn't see my wife in the back seat because the tinted windows. So Lizette finally looks forward, and he sees me behind her, but I think he was already intimidated by her. But at the same time, I was like, dude, like you're in the wrong, first of all. So I look back, right? Because I knew there was more space and why she parked the way that she did. There was still like a car and a half, like an SUV plus half that size, a car and a half space for him to park into, but yet he wanted to like try to yell at her. And then when he got down, he just stayed parked in the middle of the road. It was really frustrating how people could be at times, but Lizette held her own. I was really impressed. Not that she was trying to be tough. I think that's just the way she is naturally. And I'm just glad they didn't go any further. We'll leave it as that. Jan out in Minnesota, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Betsy Owings. I think yeah, Wisconsin. I think Carla's friends who were stationed here in Nellis have moved out to Wisconsin. The squeaky cheese state. I love Wisconsin, especially in the winter. I love the snow out there. Maybe y'all don't, but I do. Ed, I do know Ed is from Califas. Adrian representing, and then you have more Californians. We got Arizona. Maybe we'll see you next month. Arizona. All right. Phoenix, Arizona lists perfectly. If you can't make it, but you still don't want to go through FOMO, FOMO, because it is a real thing, the tickets are going to go on sale. The Boss Reseller Remix. Google it. Boss Reseller Remix. Boss Reseller Remix. List perfectly. Camp Listing Party. You'll end up seeing it. I'm going to bring up Boss Reseller Remix. Sorry, I do this all the time. My head's here. My thoughts are everywhere. But Camp Listing Party is going to be from the 26th, June 26th through the 29th. And I believe there will be virtual tickets along with the Boss Reseller Remix. They had virtual tickets last year, and I'm sure they'll have some this year. So if you can't make it in person, don't worry about it. You could get some tickets and then invite some friends over and you could watch together. I'd flip that. Joe and Nicole. Joe or Nicole are in here in the chat right now. I'll flip that. Drop some emojis, me. And folks, give them a follow. Carrie, American Arbitrage, and Dawn are going to be on their game show. Mikey Bags of Money and myself were the first contestants on their show. It was so much fun. It went by so fast, but it was rigged. Go watch it for yourself, folks. There are some fun questions. I wish it was longer, but the game was rigged. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to stick to it, folks. Go watch for yourself. Me and Mikey competing against each other, how much fun it was. But also tell me, all honesty, was it rigged or was it not? If I get enough people, like 100% of everybody saying that it wasn't rigged, it was not, then I would drop it. But again, it has to be 100%. It's never going to happen. Northern Cal, SoCal, Minnesota, Washington, Southeast. Oh, my throat's starting to get dry. I forgot to bring me up some water. We got Heidi Kimbrough. Hi, Heidi. I'm watching from Indiana. What's up? We got Manny in the house, another peeps from Las Vegas. Watching from my lazy boy. That's an old man for you right there. That's an OG. I'm in upstate New York. Debbie, I believe in upstate New York, unless it's different than North New York. New York, it was an amazing place. I had a video out. It's not one of the usual videos of having like a reseller stuff. We tried to go to a Savers. I felt really bad. The Savers we went to didn't have very much stuff. There were some things that I could have pulled out and said I could sell this, but I felt somebody else could get it. It's not one of those things where it's like it's not good enough for me. I just think it's would be more meaningful for somebody who came across it. So some things, I get comments like that all the time. Sonny, why didn't you pick that up? Probably because I didn't know about it. Sonny, why didn't you get that? Probably because I felt like I wasn't vibing with it. We pick things for different reasons. What are some things that you've found in thrifting or sourcing garage sales or offered that you knew was worth money, but you just didn't have that feeling where you left it. Tell me about it. How much was it worth? How much did it cost? Let the people know. We're all nosy and want to know everything. West Virginia, I do love Virginia, just not in the winter. I hate the blizzards. I was there probably like 4 times in Virginia for training. When I went for, I can't even remember now, ANOC, I forget what it stands for, but pretty much a sergeant trained to being a sergeant, moving up in the world in the military life. Carrie and Don are amazing. They are amazing. Nebraska, at my dining room table, watching the rain come down, and I'm watching you too. One thing about the rain, and I think Rural Squirrel and Angie were talking about the rain and their recent live, was that when I think about rain, especially recently, because it rained in New York, but it didn't smell that way, not at all. Back home in Texas, where I'm from, we used to water the dirt because the way it smelled, like the rolling, I guess, breeze of the rain pushes first before rain comes, and it's always been refreshing and calming, and it just takes me back of my grandparents sitting on the front yard watering dirt. What a crazy thing to be happy about, but it's very meaningful for me. And I only have one grandma left, and I am very thankful. I want to go visit, maybe this year or beginning of next year. I'm from over the hump in Pahrump. I do want to go to Pahrump. I haven't been yet, other than driving past it. Hola, Leticia. Letty, hello, welcome. And my favorite finds Friday is great for lives. Thank you. Tony Miller, hello. We got Ella in the house, always giving me love when I jump in her chats. Y'all should check her out, especially if you're into auctions, want to buy some stuff. She always has a guest on there too. I love just hanging out with them, listening while I'm working on stuff. And usually when I hop in, I want to say hello in the live chats. If it happens for you or any other people, I think this goes, yeah, it could relate to a lot of people that do this. I'll jump in the chat and say hello. I'll hang in for a few minutes, knowing that I got to get stuff done. But I also know for those who are on YouTube, to be monetized and working towards just getting some extra funds, and right, even if it's a few change, it all adds up. But the timing matters. To hang out, here's something that may be something that I don't know about or learn from, something new, which I'm always learning something new, that I just hang out. So if other people say hello and I don't comment back, folks, I I don't do it intentionally, and I'm sure others don't, but we are listening. And every once in a while, I'll go back and try to screen as far up as I can, because I think about others a lot more than people think I think about others. They probably think like he doesn't think about people like that. I go as far as I can up in the comments, back to my last comment of when saying hello to somebody, and make sure to tag those people. But I'm sure I missed some, especially when they highlight you. It just makes it easier when they use the ats and use your name and it highlights it. Squeaky cheese, get cute. You have notes. We got Sal Mercado. Sal, I do need to reach out to you. I do want a tape dispenser. Are you still working on tape dispensers? I believe so. Has very unique, customized, quality pieces that he has put for other people in the community. And I'm just trying to think of a design of what I want. One thing I want more of is customizing my office space and my workspace down in the garage, just a little section. I don't want to work to and from, but I find myself running back and forth for like the tape dispenser, boxes. So I want to have a little in the garage and here in my office. So I would really like one, well, maybe two now, maybe two from Sal, but I got to work on the designs. It got to hit me right for me to be like, that's it. You're one of the greatest. She is not talking about me. Don't put that title on me. Being the greatest comes with a lot of responsibility, and I want very little of it. Just joking. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sonny, I still like ramen noodles. I love ramen noodles. There's a place here in Las Vegas that has been Carla's and I's number one spot to go to, even if it's heat breaking records here in Las Vegas in July, and that is Ramen Sora near Chinatown or just past Chinatown. That place is amazing. And even in the heat waves, people still go there. And not just me, other people do. I don't want to be attending campus party. Didn't win the contest for the free tickets. I will tell you this, folks. List perfectly. So they messaged me and said, Sonny, we'd like to give you something, and you could give it away once a month. And that will be, I don't have it set up yet, but we're working on it. All right. Maybe next month or the month after. It's coming soon to me, that soon. We're going to be giving away a free month of List Perfectly. They're giving it to us to give out, and I'll be more than happy. That's actually what got me started on List Perfectly, is that Rosie's Closet Crystal was saying I was having trouble with the tablet. Go figure. Always am. I think I just edit the crap out of my systems that it just breaks down. It's not enough. So I really need a better program or processing unit. Oh, did it crash, folks? Did it crash? Don't tell me it crashed. Did it, did it go? Okay. It froze on my end. I was like, no. So Crystal Rosie's Closet said, Sonny, they're giving away a tablet. You should follow them and try to win it. I did it on the day before the giveaway. I applied for it. I just shared their post. I commented in the thing, and I tagged other people, and I followed them. And then the next, like 2 days later, I get a message from Tiffany, one of their people up in their company, who I talk to probably once or twice a month. Always message me, Sonny, we need a headshot, we need a bio. Here's this, here's that. Really good communication. So yeah, I ended up winning a tablet, and that gave me a free month off of List Perfectly. And I ended up listing stuff off of that way. So I've been using it ever since. It's really helped me a lot. And then later on, I ended up telling somebody else who was telling me the same thing. They DM me saying, Sonny, I don't have a tablet and I would really like to use List Perfectly. And I said, they're doing a giveaway right now. You should go try to win it. Folks, few days later, she messages me a screenshot saying, oh my jeez, oh my Jesus, little baby Jesus, she won. And I was like, folks, they do it often. And it's not just to get people to come in. Like, they are really trying to assist people and doing better. And if you hear Claudia's story about why she started and why she created the platform, it's who we are. Like, she is a reflection of us and our struggles, but she just found something, that gap that people needed, and created List Perfectly. And along that with other people, partners and people that she brings in, just really good people. And they got a lot that they're doing. It's unbelievable what they're doing. Just a lot of people. uh Let me see. You are doing fantastic. Colebrook is CT. I always forget CT. Connecticut. Is it Connecticut? I can never remember that one. I'm horrible with abbreviations. I already have FOMO. I already have missing cat. Philadelphia, Fresno. Handsome face is blurry because I'm too much for YouTube, folks. It got to like filter this out. It doesn't want to crash the internet. I'm just joking, or not. I'm in Christine, California, and San Bernardino, minutes near Big Bear. Isn't Carrie? Are you still inside here? Is San Bern where we went to for the bins? Is that where you went to for the bins? Because I want to go there again and again and again. Um, what's up, girl? I seen you just dropped a video to there yesterday. I need to go watch it. A hand wink wave. That must be an emoji. I'm getting text messages. Is that my wife? Oh no. That was Rebecca. What happened to Rebecca? Oh, okay. I don't see it, but I will, Rebecca. I'm not seeing too many ads. Well, I have them on there. This is for all your trips that you might be going to and might need a drink or two. I haven't been drinking that much other than like water, and I had a lot of teas. I've been drinking a lot of just unsweetened tea. Are y'all pro sweet tea or unsweet? I've always liked unsweet tea, especially sun tea, but I love unsweet tea. But I always need to remind myself not to drink it past like 6 because it does have caffeine inside most teas. Um, I do not. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like it. Arizona teas, I used to love those as a kid, but one thing about those Arizona teas is that you really have to go pee a lot. I don't know what's in it, but you have to go pee a lot. I don't have anything on my screen. Um, Maybe some people don't have ads because you have maybe that YouTube premium membership that people pay for to not see the ads. That could be why. I love the Rural Squirrel. Her and Angie are great peoples. I'm not monetized ads. It's ad on the screen. Squirrel Squad. Adrian Hall. I love to go there. Mama blurry. Yes, blurry to me. Almost home. Can't wait to get more into the chat. Then, well, drive safe, Mary. You're already going through so much. Drive safe. Don't get any accidents. My favorite finds, I think it's the lighting. It could be. It could be, but I can't tell. My screen here, the computer is blurry to me itself. So I know it's not the webcam. I have the worst of luck when it comes to technology. The Fleekest. I got a message for you, my friend. But I don't know if your wife's around or your loved one because you got an admirer in New York, and it's not Lizette. It is not Lizette. And they wanted to whisper sweet nothings in your ears, but I'll do that in person. I just got to keep it real, and because they said to do it, so I got to do it, and know that when I told them that I did it, that I'm 100% honest. So I can't do it on the computer. I got to do it. So don't freak out, okay? It's not for me. We got Paul in the house. Patricia, hello, Southern Arizona. We got Paul in the house. Paul, I haven't seen you in a while, but it always good seeing you. Paul is who I got started or listening to when he said making pennies on YouTube. And I didn't understand it when he would say it as much times as he did. But then when I started getting monetized, I was like, oh, I get it. It really is pennies. But they add up. Those pennies add up. They really do. Uncle Harry Humstone, I was really hoping for some reason you would just drive down to New York for some reason last week, and we just happened to run into each other just like around the corner randomly. But I know you're a busy man. But I want to go to New York again and go up more east. There's a lot of people, a lot of viewers, a lot of YouTubers that I follow as well. People in the community that are further out than just New York. But I got to meet two people, and that's a blessing within itself. Carla was really fascinated. Like, people actually want to meet you? And I was like, duh. I know that sounded big-headed, but how else can you just have fun knowing like you get to meet people? And it's not just they get to meet me, I get to meet them. That's the exciting part, is meeting other people. And it's going to grow and grow. I think as long as I keep this up with your support, which goes a long way, I'm going to be doing some wonderful things with some wonderful people. And within that, all together, we're going to do fantastical stuff. Is this the live where Sonny tells us why he's been growing his hair out? Folks, I've actually thought of it twice lately that I've wanted to cut my hair. There's a struggle with having long hair. Like, being here like this is fine, but every time you're trying to look for something, turn your face, you go over here, your wife wants to slap you across the face. She does not hit me, but you're like kind of dodging like her shade, like the hair gets in your face, and then it's like you get disoriented, and then those words end up hitting you. It's like, oh, she got me that time. Self shenanigans. That's what that is. I was just caught up in one of my brain moments. Homestone. Roman. I did see Roman up in the chat. Hi, Roman. I used to call Roman Ramon. I used to call him Ramon. Yeah. And he was like, it's not Ramon, it's Raymond. Pretty funny. Betsy Owens, the Fleekus. Oh, Ed have brown nose again. I remember I didn't know what a brown noser was, being that I grew up and raised and the color of my skin is brown. So I never understood it, that term, until probably 3 years before getting out of the military. One person just kept brown nosing somebody, and it just came out. I was like, dude, you are a brown noser. And I was like, oh, that's what that means. Like, I had no clue what I was saying. It just came out, but my conscience must have knew it. And that's how bad it was. Some people are really bad brown nosers, like really, really bad. You shop unsafely again, and you're going to have that breakage you've been fearing. You shopped unsafely. Oh, are you talking about like my cards? So, I opened up my wallet, folks. If that's what Patricia Wells is talking about, um, for the most part, I'm pretty safe. A lot safer than people think. So much that 2 weeks ago, for example, right? 3 weeks ago, this person goes up to me and then they bump me, and they're like, "Ha! I bet you weren't expecting that." And I turned around and I looked at this person. I have no idea who they were, and I said, "No, it's not that I wasn't expecting you. It's that I wanted you to think that I wasn't expecting you." He melted right there and then. Moving on to the next comment. Cheryl, hello, Roman. Joe and Nicole, they are having a game show. I'm pretty sure I'm not into the comments yet, but I will get there. Anytime picker, yes. But Joe and Nicole do have a live show. I highly recommend it so much that I was wanting to sponsor like a $20 giveaway for them. They never reached back out. If they did, I did not see the comment. But I did message them just a moment ago before going live, asking them. Yeah. So theirs is they did reply, which I was just talking about. Thanks for being on top of it, my friend, because I'm usually not until the last second. So I said, when is your game show with Carrie and Don so I can mention it tonight's, excuse me, live? And they replied, oh, thanks. It is May 18th. This is coming Thursday, 8 Central Time, whatever that means. Thanks so much, Sonny. I hope you and your family are doing well. Hearts, 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 emoji, smiley face, Nicole. Hearts, 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 Nicole. We are doing well. Carla is doing better. I've been getting a lot more comments recently asking about her health. She is doing well. She is working. She is on some meds, and hopefully soon her CPAP comes in, and that's definitely going to help because the woman can snore, but so can I, and then so can the mother-in-law downstairs. I must admire the way you continue to improve. You know, Patricia, well, I people say I am great or the greatest. I was on Alicia's yesterday. Is it the ink picker? She had a live. I jumped in. She was like, "Oh, the living legends," and I was like, "Who's that? Who's in the chat? Who's the living legend?" I want to know. And then she mentioned me, and I was like, "Whoa, don't say stuff like that." I just don't want that on me. That's a lot. It's very nice, but I really don't see myself. Well, I guess I have improved. Like I used to be all over the place, worse than what I am now. Like of my content, and I would watch my own content and I had no idea what I was saying. So I really had to look at myself. When people say look in the mirror and you want to improve, you really do. But now, this day and age, it's not just looking in the mirror. You get to grab your smartphone device and be smart about a smartphone device and record yourself and play through it and learn from it and try to make adjustments as we go. We're always evolving, which is why changes have to be made. If you don't make little changes, then you never see what it is that you're actually doing that works and doesn't work, which lately my short videos have been another thing. People have said you change, your videos are shorter, and thank you. Thank you for saying I've changed because we all change. I think we all try to change for the better. And I say that because I'm optimistic. There's some people that look at that and just, you change for the worst and you're a sellout. I'm not a movie star. It'll be amazing one day. Wouldn't y'all be happy if one of us up in here made it on the movies? Well, it wasn't the movies, but it was a show. Dante, Prison and Prophet, he was on a TV series. Like, I wouldn't call him a star. I would call that inspirational. And awesome. And I think he's having a meetup with that soon from what I've seen on Instagram. Really good person. I love his vibes. I love how real he is. And I could relate to him because with my past wasn't as, I wouldn't say hard, because hard for everybody is like always 100% for them. And it's never as bad as the other person. But what I'm trying to say is that he is real with himself. He is honest. And you got to admire people that are like that. It's when people say all of a sudden the people that they know me for is the nice guy, the polite guy, right? That I used to not be this way. And I tell people this all the time. But if I was to say tomorrow comes out and I just start bagging on people, you'd be like, what's going on? Your care and concern would be there. But then more of it, you'd be like, this is just too much. I don't want to follow this guy. This is not why I come to his channel. And I create my content a lot for myself. It just so happens people like it. I look at YouTube as like a photo album, just updated a million times to where now you could hear people talk. I have moments with my mother-in-law when I go to Texas with them, running in a Lizette with the Katja, with Carrie, Dawn, Mikey Bags of Money. This is like our own video album. It's a new age thing. And I think more and more people should take advantage of it. And you might be thinking, well, I don't want to share with everybody. The good thing about YouTube, you could always create content and just make it for your family to where if you send them the link, they get to watch it. Or like you don't have to have it open for the public. It could just be for yourself, like a diary if you want it. Oh, got some plushes falling down behind me. Sonny makes Harry Amsel look like a star when it comes to keeping up with the chat. That's just right now. I do not I am horrible with this. I probably skipped over some stuff. Shagan. Great video. He came out, which was a surprise. Him and Brandon finding gems. They came out to earthquake. No, that was just me coughing and my belly hit the table. Made an amazing video. Mikey Bags of Money yesterday said, hey, did you see I'm a reseller's video? And I was like, I haven't seen the ones lately because kind of recovering from being back from New York. We average 6+ miles a day of just walking. On the day before we came back home, we walked 15 miles. And I was telling Mikey, I said, my legs were so shot and they were swollen. Like they felt swollen. I was like, oh my geez, is it like, do I have gout? And this is not to make fun of it. I was nervous because my legs were swollen. I've never had that before, ever. And it didn't take until like 2 days later where we got home. I fell asleep. I rested. I slept like 8 hours. We woke up and ate breakfast, went to the gym. I couldn't run because my legs were still swollen, but then came back home, showered, ate lunch, rested again, and my legs went back to normal. But I was like, man, if it was gout, I'm pretty sure it would have been painful. But even more so, that's why I've been going to the gym. My wife laughed at me as I was walking around. She was like, babe, you are pudgy. And I was just like, I know, I'm working on it. Like, stop. I don't like the kind of my way of motivation isn't tough love. That's how I grew up. Now I'm like, I want like a good game, like an attaboy, like a slap on the butt, like, yeah, you got this. Like, that's my kind of motivation now. I don't want tough love. My wife is always tough loving towards me. And I crack up when she does it, because when I do it to her, she's like, nobody tells me what to do. And I was like, you're right. I'm somebody. And she was like, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, you know what I mean. 46 years married on Sunday. Happy anniversary, everybody. Let's get it up to Jan. 46 years married. Congratulations. That's awesome. What is everybody's anniversary? I want to hear it. I want to see it inside the comments. Hey, Chicago reseller dude, I just watched your video. Oh, but Shagan, let me get back to this because I went off track like I always do. First 2 seconds of the video, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have did that. Like, I wish we would have been doing that. And it had me in from beginning to end. And he found some amazing items as well. Really good editing style. I've been watching him since he's been following. And he even offered to help for the setup our first ever Boss Reseller Remix. That's another thing that I've been working on or thinking about mentally. First, it starts in your head. You picture it, and then you just go off of it. And when it's those type of things to where you can't stop thinking about it, those are things you really need to knock out, as long as it's legal, moral, and doesn't hurt anybody, and for good vibes. So one thing I'll tell you now, Dave, who runs the Boulder Highway SWAT meet, I'm going to reach out to him soon, and hopefully he hasn't passed yet for the sake of what I want to do. Whenever their anniversary is, I want to see about having a get together where we all thrift, other than, hey, come buy some stuff with us. And there's also a meetup. I want to have it to where now it's like a thrift along or source along, and we get to share content with one another, just hang out and maybe eat again at the restaurant. I think that's a nice idea to do. But later on down the road, it's going to get a little hot here in Vegas. Some places are still cool or cold, even in the States. So with that, I just ended up finding some jackets. I've been looking at Goodwill and thrift stores that I've been going to, because now people are starting to clear out their closets. They don't want the coat stuff. It's old to them. I found two Mount Hardware jackets. One was for $15. And I knew off the bat at looking at it, and it being Gore-Tex is the second thing I found off of the first jacket that I found. It should sell for like 135 bucks, even in the heat. So just because it's hot for you doesn't mean it's hot everywhere else. And also, some people just know a good deal. And even if it sells for like $80, I'm fine with that, but I know the value of it. And then I ended up finding a fleece jacket of the Mountain Hardware that I've sold like 4 times already, that I found at the bins. So that's probably only like maybe $2, but for $7, it's going to sell for around $45. To me, that's a pretty good deal. Mountain Hardware, really good brand to look out for. Headwear. I always say hardware. Headwear. Mountain headwear. I hate the snow. I love the snow. I like looking at it when I'm nice and cozy inside by the fireplace. Abby, Eastern Connecticut. Sunny, Big Bear hugs. Love you, man. And all your content. You're making me smile. Thank you, Bob. I hope you're doing well. I hope your mom's doing good too. I haven't heard anything from you, so I look at that as a good thing, and I hope that it is. Marlene Scales. Hi, Sunny. Ohio here. I always get Ohio and Idaho confused when I'm talking to people, but I do miss Idaho. We're probably going to end up going there. But next place after Phoenix, Arizona for the camp listing party, 26th through the 29th. I do, if any of you are out there, folks, I do want to get with people and go source from the times that we're not at the event, or even go grab something to eat or have some boba. I don't know if they have boba there. I love boba. So that's another place where there's going to be a ton of other resellers. And that'll be a great opportunity. Even if you're not going to go to the event, you could still do stuff in and around those events going on. So I need to look at the criteria of what's going to happen and what I need to talk about. But right now in my head, and I need to write this down, is like my intro of what I'm doing. Recently, people have been asking for more of like a bio from me so they could share. And I want to improve it every time. I don't want it always being the same, because I am not the same as it will be like right now. Tomorrow, something else will spark interest and inspire me and be like, that's more of me. And I'm always changing. So the bio is always going to change. And I feel for me, it only makes sense. Some people want it always the same thing, and that's the way to go. But for me, I just like the struggle. Dallas, Tejas. I am a Tejano, born and raised. Meg Unicorn, New Mexico. Hey. Oh, we have Des Hardy. Super sticker. Aw. Thank you. All right, here we go. That's still a super chat. Let me get this for you. And then I think Mary had one. Super chat. And then Mary, I know I saw one earlier. Did I don't, maybe I skipped it unintentionally. Mary, super chat. That second one was for Mary. Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Okay, now it skipped on me. Killeen, Texas. I used to be stationed out there. What's the post? I don't even remember now. Killeen, Texas. Fort Hood. Yeah, I used to be stationed out there. Some crazy stories about Fort Hood, like the soldiers. Kind of crazy what soldiers do in the military that nobody hears about. Well, let's give it a rest. Oh, blame people. I can't tell you 100%. Never reported. All right, we'll stop it there, folks. We'll stop it there. Don't know what's going on. I've been missing some stuff. Gravity Goods, Cameron. What's up, Cam? I do like seeing Cameron on social media. Makes some really good videos, good pointers, good advice. I like his style. Just really good peoples. Him and Sal. When I think of one, I think of the other. Jackie. Hello, Jackie. I hope you're doing well. I was just going through my garage today, and I refound the items you gave me, and I need to get with Mikey because you donated them to us. So I need to show him. It's still in the box. I haven't touched it. And I know that sounds horrible, but a lot has happened then, and clearing out from the place that we're in to where we are at now. And it's all good. Thank you, watching Fleekus. What do you think? I think the Fleekus is the Fleekus. That's what I think. Kim Nims, Kim from Minnesota. Husband says, hoorah. I like that. My voice was a little raspy right there, so it sounded very manly. When I was in Fort Hood, speaking of Fort Hood, to throw it back a couple of comments ago, um, sometimes when you say things so much, some people lose like their pride in saying it. Like when you're a newbie in the military, for the army was hua, and people would be like hua, and they're like, you need to say it louder. It's like it's a pride thing, right? And some people don't get it. So I started saying el hua, and I remember I got dropped, as in I had to do like 10 push-ups. And even till this day, like Carrie was like, she dropped a little slider. I was helping her move some stuff, and a little slider from the shelf that she had went under the car. So I dropped down like I was doing a push-up to get on my belly, my soft spot, like a penguin. It was on concrete, so I wasn't sliding anywhere. It's really good friction for me to stay there in one spot. So I reach under the tire, I get it, and she was like, give me 10. And I was like, don't embarrass me with 10. I could do more. She was like, I was trying to take it easy on you. But even then, so like the pride of doing stuff with Hua. After about 2 weeks, El Hua, everybody was saying it to her. Even the first sergeant miraculously finally gave in. Who was like, all right, I'm giving into this. Now knock it off. But as long like I wasn't gonna do it or keep doing it until somebody stopped. As in, like, it wasn't going nowhere. But it's kind of funny how you could create things, say things, and inspire people to be doing the same thing. You had some dope electronic scoops. I'm here in Vegas, but that week I was actually back in Chicago visiting family. Fridley, Ed the Reseller Writer. I'm surprised Liz Perfectly didn't put you on the panel. You know what? If you want to be on the panel, I don't know if it's too late. But they do Liz Perfectly, people do ask me and other people that are like, hey, who do you think we should be aware of? It's not a one-time thing. They want to work with the community, and they have been. So Ed, reach out to me if you're interested, and I will tag them to say, hey, go look at this guy. Go over there. I did that for a few other people. I don't know if they went through, but when people spark interest for me, like, oh, I should mention this person, or I wasn't thinking of that person. Um, I do what I can. It's not guaranteed because I'm just Sonny Las Vegas. People think I'm more than who I am, but I'm just a regular person, and that's all I want to be, is just grounded. Small world after all. I miss the Chinese food. We used to get it in Vegas. We still don't have good Chinese food place here in Nebraska. If it's not there, how about you bring it there? Thanks. I will check out your channel. Are you from Chicago? Shut down. Didn't Wills. The live vid isn't about Danny. Is she really going through stuff? If I catch it again, I'm not saying anything. That's weird. I'm excuse me. Oh, I might be coming down with something. I'm not seeing that person on here. But Mary, are you still in here? If you are, I think you know what to do next for the mods. What is that? Sup, Sal? The B isn't BFF. Oh, the BFF and BFF. Best. Y'all people, you people crack me up. How's the monster vibe going to you, Cameron? There is a Benz. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking about, it's freaking amazing. People were very welcoming. I thought when I went there, just the looks that we got, I was like, oh man, I really hope there isn't trouble. Unsweet tea all the way, yes. So, oh, it didn't click. This guy walks up to me, and it's kind of like, I don't know, unusual. And he's like, what are you looking for? And I was like, just stuff. And he was like, you want to see what I got? And I was like, oh, okay, we're on good terms. And then another guy comes in, a lot younger. He was carrying t-shirts, and he was like, what do you look for? And I was just like, what is this? We've never had this. I've never had this type of stuff in Vegas at the time, but recently I have. Since I've been going, people are like, what are you looking for? And I talked to mainly the women. I got confused in New York as a woman. When I went with Lizette, her and Carla, I'm in between them. They have long hair. I have long hair. And I see this pin or something sticking out of a bag. And I'm like, oh, she's gonna stab her in the leg with that. So Lizette runs up and tells her, like, you're about to stab this person. Your pet's thing was probably some crazy drama she shares everywhere. So interesting. I didn't even mean to click on this, but I did. Nothing related to Sunny viewers, any folks that used to be in her store. People know. But yeah, so the lady walks up and she was like, oh, have a good day, ladies. And I cut it off, but I was like, thank you. Like, I tried to use a woman's voice. And she looked at me and I was like, well, she said ladies. And I think she thought I was a lady because my hair. A lady with a little beard. Love sweet tea, but I try not to have sugar. Evening, Sunny. Good evening. Click on it. Jen's multiverse in the house, ladies and gents, everybody. Jen's is one that we should all be bowing down to. She is an amazing person. We do have an event with her on Whatnot in October, I believe, and it's going to be a long line of people. It's going to be like a Whatnot train. And this is the only time we say you're going to have a train on people that it makes sense and not in that type of perspective. But those are the type of jokes that Jen Multiverse would drop within a second. It's a gateway to just talking naughty. I just had to beat her to it. Are you giving this to the channel? Are there some things I'm not seeing on here? Because I'm seeing comments, but I'm not seeing what they're going to. Family has been here for 10-ish years. Come out here a few times. I do want to go back to Chicago. I think that would be pretty awesome. I'm going to scroll down. I want to go through the comments because if there's drama in here, whoever's starting it, it's out of here. I grew up with the German tea. Oh, milk and sugar. I've never heard of German tea. I learned how to drink unsweetened Chinese tea when I was married to a Vietnamese husband. Ooh, Vietnamese. When I think of Vietnamese, I think of food, and they had the banh mi sandwiches. There is a particular way of saying it. And in Hawaii, there was one in McCully, just along the Alloway Canal, not the Waikiki part of McCully, or the Alloway Canal, but the other side, the more of the town side. They had the Vietnamese place just 2 blocks down from where my mother-in-law used to live. And they had the most amazing banh mi sandwiches. And I could never find one ever since. Other people claim theirs is good. Not as good as that one. So when I go there, I usually have one. Whisper sweet nothings in his ear. Cha-ching! Tapped outside the door. This was someone who went into recent vids. J. LeBlanc Williams. Hi, Sonny. I recently moved to Las Vegas and went to my post office, and it had the tape outside the door. It was the same one that you went to at your recent video. So you're going to be in the Northwest area. If you're here, Jay, message me on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, we have a Reseller Cartel fan page, and you could private message me on there. I'd love to hang out and say hello, and welcome to Las Vegas, everybody. Welcome, Jay, to Las Vegas. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that tape. He's killing it. If I didn't watch that video, like, I'm a clown a lot of times. Amy Huffman, hello from Ohio. I love this guy, Mikey Bags of Money, and would do anything for them. Mary, 100%. Without a doubt, I know you would. All classic Sunny, you're behind in the chat. I knew it. I knew I was behind. And then I just got applauded earlier that I was better than Harry, I think. Or did I read it wrong that Harry was better? 151 in the chat. Don't forget to get Sunny. 139. Some come and some go. And some come back because they can't get enough. And not just me, but people in the chat. We see a lot of people that we're familiar with. And we, the people, keep the people going. That should be on a t-shirt. We're clear now. Mod odor reminds me of when I was little at the grad too. You're going to offer private purchasing, be yourself, and interviews the best. You're clear now. Okay. I just got the like button. Just saying. What are you saying? Vicky Han. Hi, Vicky. May 2nd. Oh, here's the anniversaries. May 2nd, 2015. Same day as Pacquiao. Ooh. Mayweather, as much as people talk smack about him, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. October 31st, Halloween anniversary, Rita says. September 17th, for 40 years. Congratulations, Rita. Cheryl, I love the snow, and Steve hates it when I hope it snows. Excuse me. Ooh, that tasted like garlic fried rice that I made earlier, but didn't taste bad. This one is like, oh, it still smells fresh. Why did I say that? Hello from Michigan. What's up, Michigan? You had it right. Mount Hardware. Yeah. Well, it may sound right, but I was saying headwear at first. You were right the first time. See, I clicked the same thing. That's two eyes. See the same thing twice. Mind blown. Somebody's brain just exploded along with mine. Mikey Bags of Money. He said, Sonny, I know you're going live tonight, but I'm going to be with family. I'll try to pop in. Thanks for coming through, Mikey. It's not required. Not required, my friend. But thank you. People love seeing you too. Listing and cleaning up my space, setting up whatnot sell. That's what's up. Sal is your name. Everybody who has a whatnot. Everybody who has a whatnot, all right, or an Instagram page or an account you want people to follow, just type it in Instagram at whatever. It may not show the link, but maybe people have a second device to look at it and try to keep up with it. But this is going to be a live replay chat. So I do that so people could come back and maybe catch up on things, on comments, hear something, try to find proof that nothing's being said about anybody. And there's always good things being said about a lot of somebody's. Wink, wink. You don't want those mind games, folks. You don't want it. Not from me. Mikey Bags of Money in the house. In the chat house. What up, Mikey? A really good video from this guy, folks. I'm telling you, this guy had a really good video. I'm really going to bite off his intro. And it was only 2 seconds, but it was just like so good. So good. Or he could just send it to me and I'll be using it. You know, save me some work. Because that's what friends are for. Mikey. Kristen says, one Yan Super Court coming to see me. Oh, you see how that is. Somebody sounds a little aggressive in that one. But Kristen, we got to meet her. We met Kristen for the first time. And I had no idea about this. I was still getting to know Mikey. And this was 2 years ago. I'm like, hey, Mikey, Kristen just reached out and said she wants to challenge me at the bins. So you want to come join us? And I was trying to get other people to go, but only Mikey showed up. I'm still growing in the community. Like I said, just because I invite people and mention it doesn't mean people show up. It's not the way it is. It's different on YouTube. It's a lot easier, a lot more convenient. And people have different lifestyles and schedules and stuff. But Mikey shows up. And he was like, what up, dude? And he was like, I got something for you. And he was like, here. And it's an 805, my very first 805. He cracks it open, that very romantic sound for a manly man or womanly woman of like the bottle or the can just. And he was like, it's my birthday. And I'm like, oh, I feel like crap. Like, I didn't know. I would have brought you to 805, but that was my first 805. We had Mikey Bags of Money there. Got to meet Kristen. She kicked my butt. I will tell you about Kristen. She is notorious for putting stuff in people's carts. I ended up paying for 2 items that I did not get, and I know it was her. I have no proof, but I know it was her because I've seen her do it to other people when she comes down. I was like, that's who did it. It was her. Shenanigans. I like her style. So yeah, we got to meet Kristen that day, and then a year later, which was just several months ago, we had Mikey's birthday again at the bins and cracked open some 805s. So that is tradition now, and next year it's going to be a lot bigger, so stay tuned for Mikey Bags of Money shirt day and his birthday and a get together at the bins. Whoa, folks, I think I'm coming down with something because starting to feel a little warm and a little dry throat, not like a regular dry throat either. That's not good because I got plans Tuesday. I think is the big day. Jesse, yesterday's fits. I believe he wants to have, I believe, a whatnot on Tuesday. a big whatnot. So he was wanting me and Mikey to go. So I need to be healthy for that day. Need to be healthy. I want to be there. No FOMO for me, especially if it's local. Wanda. Hello, Wanda. Vicky, how are you doing? Vicky Han, Rebecca, Mikey, I'm everybody. Faris Ray. Faris Rai. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Your mods probably deleted the nasty comments. Okay. Because that's what mods are for, folks. The one thing about mods, what I've learned on my end, is that when you have moderators, as much as I would like to have everybody be a moderator, especially people that I've known for years, I don't want people feeling like they have to do anything that just because it's there, just because you're a mod, right? So I ended up, after some things happened recently, I ended up taking a lot of people off the moderators status and only left it to a few people. And then sometimes I'll give them the mod to share links and then come back in. But it's as simple as leaving comments of, I have this going on, I have a whatnot, which again, whatnot people, I lost track. Whatnot people, put your whatnot name inside here and hopefully we'll give you a follow. If not, leave it in the comments. That'll be helpful. Put whatnot and your name and when your next show is. Hopefully you'll get to it. If not, even if it passes, people get to see your name and hopefully follow in. But moderators to me are very important. When we had the last live that had over like 1,200 people, there was some things being said that I did not catch because I was in my own head of just getting stuff off my chest and just sharing what I had. Nothing was written out, nothing was planned. But I had said, do not block anything, do not delete anything. And some mods did. And it's only right that they do because they feel like they're protecting me. And that's one thing about friends and people that you trust is that even when you say, don't do this, and it ends up being in a way that you might not have been thinking because you're asking people not to do something for you, right? If people have their best interest for you to look out for you, then you have to respect that they're looking out for you, even if it's not what you wanted. And that's part of having really good friendships and relationships with people. So out of respect, I have no reason to be mad for somebody to say, don't block them. But they do it because some people are just nasty. Some people are. And we're not trying to control anybody. We're not trying to convince anybody. But we are here to have a damn good time. Dan, we got Dan in the house, Big Thrift Philly. Hey, Sonny, how's it going? It is going very, very well. Next person right here. Jen, we got to meet Jen at the Trash to Cash event. She really sparked a lot of things that I feel like her and my wife would mesh very, very well. They are numbers people. And I believe she said she was an accountant. But Jen finds amazing stuff and shares it on Instagram, creates amazing reels and like edited things. And I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. Like, I really need to work on it. I really need to bring my A game from creating a video, from going out, being prepared, and it all is coming together. You would think like I have it all together and I have it made maybe, but I don't. I'm just a regular person. I'm just trying to have fun, but I'm trying to do better and better. And I learned off of a lot of people, regardless how long you've been on YouTube or how long you've been a reseller. And you don't even have to be either or of them. You could be somebody that I run into or hear somebody talking about you or talking about others. And it's just like, oh, light bulb went on. I just hope that light bulb stays on for me to remember to follow through with it, which is why notes are good. And I need to go back to carrying around my notebook. It really does help me, especially with having PTSD, which one of the things I have a lapse in time at times, especially when I'm like really anxious and frustrated, having anxiety, that I blank out for hours at a time when for me it feels like 2 seconds or a blink of an eye. It's really scary, but it hasn't been that bad in a while. I see a member. Let me go down. I know I'm missing this. 48 years. Congratulations. Whew. Linda, 48 years? That's freaking awesome. Carla doesn't like that I say how long we've been married because she says not long. And I was like, babe, you know, people leave comments like yours that was just shared up in here. 48 years. And I was like, I love that. It's like going to work for a company. Probably not a horrible example I'm about to say, but when you go work for a company or have worked with a company and you hear people say, I've been here for 12 years. and they're happy, right? Like you want to know that people have been there for a long time because you want to be in a place that you're going to be there for a long time too. But things change. So I'm glad for me, it worked out as reselling to where when it wasn't working with the job, although I was making like 60 to $80,000 a year, that I could leave it and do this and may make less, like way less than even half, but be in a so much better place mentally. I think that's pretty huge to afford that through reselling of what I relate to in this community. Reselling and having that for myself and knowing that it could be there for others. That must be about Super Court, and I really like that she's doing better. Pretty tough. And I did get a comment right now. Not from anybody. Oh no, it was on eBay. So I ended up getting. Let me see if I could show y'all. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like a leg. You kneel down on it. Some people prefer this rather than a little roller, and I got this for $7 at Goodwill. And somebody's saying that they're like, I'm 203 pounds, I'm 5'9", kind of similar. I'm just a little heavy. Do you think it would fit, be easy, or just to strap on, start walking? Small person, are you big, tall person, or is crutch adjustable? Which tells me they're not a viewer. So I'm gonna reply to them after the live. I'm 200. Whew, I gained some weight since I went to New York. I was like 211, and now I'm back to like 217, 218. So I gotta get back on my health, folks. Like I've been telling you, I've been working on getting back to the gym. So that's another thing, another update. I am gonna start losing weight. This face is gonna be like this, and it's not gonna be one of those TikTok videos where it's your face looks skinny and then they pull their hair out and it was like you see the cheeks. I'm not gonna be one of those TikTok memes, folks. I don't care about being skinny. I just want to feel better. I don't want to feel like bloated, which I don't, but I just want to feel like a plush. I want to feel awesome again in my own way. Hard to explain. Looking forward to the next meetup here in Vegas. It'll be coming, folks. It will be coming. YouTube, Two Fools Thrifting. Okay, this is the ones I was mentioning. Two Fools Thrifting, welcome. So these two, I had them in a video, I think 3-4 videos ago. Carrie, Kerry, and Cindy, his wife, they're from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they travel. They have their own jobs, but then they work on reselling and they go travel and they have their own content. And each one of them, they have different channels of these things. So really good people. Love to meet them. I was joking with them, as I said before, I think in the live, but they're here now. So I want to bring it up again. He was like, I know you. And I was like, I'm Mikey Bags of Money. And he was like, no, you're not. You're not Mikey Bags of Money. He was like, you're, and he was really thinking. I was like, I'm Carry American Arbitrage. He's like, no. You're not Carry American Arbitrage. I know what they look like. He was like, and I was like, Kevin Commonwealth. And he was like, no, you're not. You're Sonny. You're the Sonny guy. And I was like, nice to meet you. I'm Sonny Las Vegas. So I got to meet him and his wife. And he was like, my wife, where's my wife? He was trying to look for her. And she was like 4 racks down, looking at probably pants, shorts. I think that was like the shorts and pants section. So I just wave across and she's like barely reaching over. She's like Carla size. She's like waving. So it was really nice meeting them. Very memorable. It's really cool running into people that know you or you know people, which is pretty awesome. Just a funny feeling. It really is. I don't know how to explain it. It always gives me butterflies. I think the first time Carla witnessed it, because I would tell her like, babe, I ran into somebody that knew me or they knew the niche lady, right? At the time, that was one of the ones I was always thrifting with and stuff. And they'll be like, oh, they knew her. And I was like, yeah, that's freaking amazing. She was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I talked to them too and said hello. They had no idea who I was. But then after a while, being out on my own and making a name for myself, people were like, hey, you're Sonny Las Vegas. I was like, oh, hi. So I go back and I tell my wife. But then like 2 months later, we're out in Costco. And me and my wife are going around like the pharmacy part of Costco over here, one of them, buy the bread and chips and stuff. And this lady just like, Sonny Las Vegas. And I'm like, hi. And she just like, from a smile to like statue, like her face was like embarrassed. and just walked right in between us, like just walked right through us. And I was like, oh, she got embarrassed. And Carla was like so shocked. She was like, people actually watch you? And I was like, babe, for real, like, come on, get with the program, babe. Continencies, content, it is, content it is, continents. Oh no, it was the airplane. It was fun at the bins with Sonny and Kristen. Yeah, I'm way behind. Let me scroll down, folks. Let me scroll down. 49 years last month, or was that it? Maybe I am caught up. Is this caught up in the chat right here? Let me know. Lit. I think it is. I think I'm actually caught up. Oh no, I'm not. Where is that at? Here it is. So okay, so this right here, I just now popped open my YouTube, and that's one I seen earlier. I don't remember who the other person was, but on StreamYard, this is how I see it. I don't see welcome to the Stick 'em Up Kids that they have become a member. So I know those one up earlier. I'm not sure if I could get to it. Thank you so much for becoming members. I do have a welcome little video, and I'm going to work on some new ones, some new stuff coming in here. I really want to get together, like within myself, of doing my best to show how grateful and thankful I am for members and super chats and just people visiting the chat or leaving comments even after the live. It helps a lot more than you know. Yes, it's monetized, but it's also my place to just talk to each one of you and see that you're also in the chats and see how you're doing, that you're doing well. That's the way I see it. And I really can't tell you how thankful I am for all of you. I do have this for you. And I know there's two people. There was one earlier. Thank you so much. And this is for I'm gonna have two separately. Here we go.
Yee-haw! Round up the team, we got another one.
And one more.
Yee-haw! Round up the team, we got another one.
All right. And I hope you could hear it, because on my side it doesn't play the volume. Again, technology. It says round up the team, we got another one. And I use that using CapCut. How many of y'all use CapCut? Are you looking into video editing? I would recommend it. It is a free app. You can pay for some stuff if you want, I believe. And then they do also have contests on the CapCut app on your phone. If you want to compete in some of the things, and they do have prizes, some really cool stuff. And it's kind of like a template, and you just make it your own. Carlo, my brother-in-law, says, you're awesome, brother-in-law. Carlo, are you inside here? Are you inside the chat? I do love my brother-in-law. He's an amazing guy. I was telling Carrie today, Carrie the Desert Mermaid, I was with her helping her move some stuff in her booth. And I believe Mikey was helping her just a few days ago, two separate times. But we're talking about kids, and we're working on it. So I was talking about my brother-in-law, Carlo with the K. And I was saying, and here she is. And I was saying, my brother-in-law is somebody who, like, I love so much. Like, the way he loves and has patience for his kids and just life, just really good person inside and out. He's the one with the dimples in the video, and he did have some people interested in him. Great guy, handsome guy too. And I was saying, he's the role model that I look at, that when I have kids, I want to be a father just like him, even just a smidge to be like him, like, would be awesome. Because I don't have patience for things unless it's things that I work on for myself, and it's hard. Patience, I have patience, but for certain things, I have no patience for. Like, if you say we're going to do something, then we're doing it. That simple. Now, if you come across me, and you should take this as advice for other people, if you know people don't like to wait, it's not that they're not patient. You already told them a time to get started. So you should change it up and say, for people like me, it's like, hey, I'm interested in doing something, but my time might be a little construed because other things. Maybe you have could work around this time with me, and we'll communicate is another thing, whether it's collabing with people, networking, relationships, family, and so on. Communication is key. It's better just to say, hey, I can't make it. Cool, thank you. As soon as you know, not last minute, not an hour later, as soon as you know, tell those people, I can't do this or that, or can we adjust the time? Communication is the best thing that you could do for others, because sometimes we end up postponing things thinking that they're going to follow through, and then they don't. And you're like, I could have did this other stuff. But again, that's life. ATO Flippers in the house, Jasmine and Derek. What's up, Sonny? Everyone, this is an awesome chat. Awesome chat because there's awesome people in here, and more people will come. 136 of you folks. I remember when I first started, I would be on for like 5 minutes and nobody would show up. And then I would close out, and I can't remember her name now, but they would message me on Instagram and be like, were you just on live? And I was like, I was, and nobody showed up. So I got out. But folks, we all start somewhere. And after I got comments like that of saying like, you should have just stayed on, I was like, okay, I'm not giving up. I'm just going to stay on. I'm just going to ride it through. And I've learned that even when nobody shows up, like say a live, you just talk as you would people were there until people are there. And then you're like, oh, okay, I have somebody to talk to. Oh, geez. There you are. Oh, my God. Sandra Odell says, sweet. Oops. Saw her name in the chat and thought Carrie was here. She is here. Switched over. Carrie. Now I know 3 Carries is what I was talking about. Carrie, the 2 thrifting fools. That's Carrie, Kerry, and then this Carrie, Kari, and then Carrie American Arbitrage, I believe, is Cary. Whew. I tried talking. 2 close friends, Carrie Desert Mermaid and Carrie American Arbitrage. Like, even I confuse them when I'm talking to them, because sometimes I'll be like, Carrie, and he's like, why are you talking about me like I'm not here? And he was like, oh, that Carrie. It's funny, those moments. It happens quite often. We have Little White Quail. Hi. I love me the little pajaritos, the little quails, especially when you eat them. Texas thing. You got to marinate them really good. Folks, I was going to say 132 minutes, an hour and 32 minutes on a live. I'm going to start doing lives on Fridays from now on. This was a good turnout for me. An amazing turnout. Thank you for all of you. Thank you for me and JP for today. You're welcome, Carrie. You're very, very welcome. I will say this before I go. So we've been bringing up having a warehouse amongst ourselves, me and Mikey, and then now Carrie. We are often talking to each other often, to where every time I bring it up, other people that I trust are saying that they are interested, and the more the merrier for us, of people that are like-minded, to help each other grow and build. That I think it's going to happen. Not anytime soon, but I think it'd be great to have a warehouse to have storage and also sell out of, and every once in a while have a like open a public invite to like come and shop from. Not all the time, not a regular thing, but like maybe once every few months or something. I think would be good. Callie Luis. Hello everyone. I think the next time I come on Friday, I'm going to see if I could get some people to come on in here with me, because I want to just hang out with them, see how they're doing, and let you know who these people are as well. ATO Flipper is definitely one of them. I would love to have Jasmine and Derek back on, and maybe somebody else, or maybe just save it for just them two and somebody else. But I want to come back to having people being alive as guests, even just for 30 minutes, even if they can't be on very long, just to show you who other people are that I love to follow and keep up with. And they are ones with storage units that I've been like, man, they are finding some amazing stuff. ATL flippers. Jasmine and Derek. And back to the warehouse though. So I asked JP, Jeffrey Parker, oh, Carrie's hubby. I was like, hey, how do you feel about Carrie being out of the booth now? And he was like, oh, I like it. I support her in whatever she wants to do. And I was like, such a good man, such a really good man. And I was like, all right. A few minutes later, I'm like, so, I brought that up because I was thinking about, we've been talking about a warehouse. And he was just like, oh, there's some really good places that are over here. And he starts going off on it. And I was just like, yes, JP approves. I think that's pretty awesome just to have somebody like that, that's supportive. Like he was already running ideas, and then Carrie, like moments after driving away, y'all want to see Tip? There's Tip, if you could see him. He's usually laying right next to me, but I got stuff on the floor, so he's probably like over it. But I think it's gonna be really good later on in the future, later on down the road, maybe this year or beginning of next year. Who knows? But folks, new stuff happening. I'm gonna be a speaker at List Perfectly, Phoenix, Arizona. I did get approved to be, I applied for the Boss Reseller Remix to be a speaker, and I got approved. So I'll be speaking there. So if you're interested in these events that are coming up, even if you can't make it, there are virtual tickets, I believe, for both. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun last year at the Boss Reseller Remix. I have content that I have not shared yet about there, which was really amazing. I've never had that much people saying happy birthday to me. It was all candid. I was not expecting it, and it was amazing. So I'm going to share more content about that, the events that are happening, especially the Boss Reseller Remix, because I was actually there last year and have content to share for it. But folks, it was so amazing. When I was telling Mikey this yesterday. I've never understood FOMO, FOMO, until I went to the Boss Reseller Remix. I was there and I had FOMO. There was speeches downstairs, lectures and tutorial, or just people talking, sharing their information about them. And I was going upstairs to sign up for stuff and getting to know more of like List Perfectly. Doug was up there for List Perfectly, and then you had why am I forgetting her name? Sherry from eBay. Who I owe some reviews for. I got to do something for her for Terra Peak. I got to do a little study for her, and she gave me a gift card for it from eBay. So I was up there and I'm hearing downstairs like woo and clapping, and I'm like trying to hurry up, and I'll go downstairs and I'm like, wait, but there's these people upstairs. I was there and still had FOMO. That's how amazing it was. I do recommend it, folks. I'll be there. Mikey Bags of Money will be there. Carrie, I'm not sure Carrie will be there, but we'll try to get her to go. And I hope if you're coming down, plan for it. It is a big event. It is several days, and there's a lot that happens. We could have get-togethers. You could have your own get-together with people. There's really so much people. You can't all go to one place. So people usually broke up into groups afterwards and did their own thing, which is really nice. It's a really good place to network. Excuse me. And then FlipCon was one I haven't mentioned yet today, but I have mentioned before, is another event that we're working on going down the road to FlipCon. I'm going to start putting all this information down in the description and also in the Reseller Cartel fan page, and also Tip is your fur baby's name. Yes, Tip is the fur baby name. But I'm going to start sharing all the information so that way it's on there. Maybe I'll just put all of it inside the comments and keep pinning it. I hope I don't get sick. Oh, I haven't been sick in years. So far back, I haven't been sick that I can't even tell you that's how far back. I love seeing you, Mikey, do the catwalk. That was an amazing thing too. That was our first modeling gig. I hope there's more from it. That was really exciting. I was super nervous on the turnaround of the catwalk. I really thought I was going to pass out. That's when it hit me. I was like, get it together. You already knocked it out. Like, there's nothing to worry about anymore. So I just finished strong. And then we had to do it again. But that was better because we had everybody else. Oh, yeah. Tip is amazing. I'm going to have him more in the videos too. He's downstairs. He's getting a little pudgy like me. So now he's like, I don't want to go upstairs. Carry me. But we are walking more outside as well. Folks, thank you all for coming in. Make sure to stay tuned for Friday, where I'll be on again live at 6:15. I think that's a good time, what it turns out to be. And afterwards, if y'all know anybody who is on after this, who you want to recommend that we could go like raid, like and whatnot, you could do that on YouTube too. Let me know, and I'll give them a little recon to see if like, okay, yes, no, because it still got to reach some criterias with me of like, okay, I'm okay with leading people that way. It's just a funny thing on YouTube. It's not the same thing on whatnot. But folks, take it easy. Thank you for being a part of my life. I love you all. Take it easy and make sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about me, your neighbors, your friends, your aunties. But remember to tell them I am married. Okay, happily married. Thanks for watching.